Hey, what's up you guys, it's Caboose XBL bringing you another Batman Arkham Knight Q&A, and again, guys, I know I have been a little bit sloppy these past couple weeks with the Q&As. I have just been insanely busy with everything going on with the channel and school and just all sorts of stuff like that. So I sincerely apologize that these Q&As aren't coming on time, but I'm trying to do them every single week regardless. So again, I'm really sorry. But I wanted to let you guys know a couple things. So first things first, I am doing a 50,000 subscriber video. I know we've already surpassed 50,000 subscribers, and that's okay. You know, I didn't want to rush this 50,000 subscriber video. I want it to be perfect, and trust me guys, it will be. This is going to be a really awesome video. You guys are going to absolutely love it, and I guarantee that. But I just need you guys to hold on just a little bit longer. We're going to be filming it next week. And hopefully, if I can edit it fast enough, if it's not too much to edit together, we'll get it up as soon as possible. Probably like Tuesday or Monday even by next week. So hang on there, guys. A 50,000 subscriber video is coming. And the second thing I wanted to ask you guys is I wanted to give a shout out to Gaz Deves. Now, you all know Gaz Deves if you are hardcore on the Arkham Knight news and you're covering or you're looking up all this stuff on the Arkham Knight news. But yes, Gaz Deves is the social marketing guy for Rocksteady Games, and he is the one, you'll see him in most of the interviews for Batman Arkham Knight. And I gave him a shout out on Twitter because I really do I really do believe he deserves more followers. But I wanted to give him a shout out right here in a video because he gave me a shout out and said that he loved watching my videos. It was absolutely incredible. And a really cool feeling to see that somebody who worked for Rocksteady Games, somebody who, you know, very closely worked with promoting this game, actually enjoys the work that I did on YouTube. So I wanted to send my service of gratitude for that by sending him a shout out. His Twitter link is going to be in the description. Please go give him a follow and let him know who sent you. With all that said, let's get into this week's Q&A, starting off with question number 1, which comes from LDE Anarchy, and he goes, question: even though Rocksteady officially said that there might not be a lot of references in Arkham Knight about Arkham Origins because Arkham City and Arkham Asylum are closer in terms of time periods, do you think still, or sorry, he means here, do you still think there could be Easter eggs or even plot twists that could connect back with Arkham Origins? I think something major could happen with it relating to Arkham Origins, because why would they throw a whole game away? You know, how would the Lazarus Pit rejuvenate people's lives and make them young to their prime? People have said if Joker came back, what if it was the young Troy Baker Joker instead of the Mark Hamill Joker? I think it would fulfill my Arkham Origins reference needs and would make sense due to Mark Hamill working on Star Wars Episode 7. He could even be tied in Red Hood's story pack. This would be a good DLC. What are your thoughts? Now, there are Easter eggs to Arkham Origins. In fact, if you watch the official gameplay for Batman Arkham Knight, you can spot, I believe, 2 Anarchy symbols in the actual gameplay if you look close enough. And yeah, so that there's already a little connection to Arkham Origins with those Easter eggs right there. Obviously, you can't really say, like, I mean, Anarchy is a Batman villain, but, you know, he was really most well known for his role in Arkham Origins. So you can say that there's already a little connection right there, a little Easter egg to Arkham Origins right there. And I do think we might get a little tiny Easter egg, maybe about Deathstroke or something, maybe one of the 8 assassins within the game, just referencing Arkham Origins, because I think while it's very hard for Rocksteady to say, listen, this is a connected universe, and there are a lot of plot holes and a lot of continuity errors, Rocksteady wants to, you know, they want to play nice. WB Montreal really worked hard on the game that they tried to create, and they had a huge shoes to fill. So I think Rocksteady will show a little respect to WB Montreal, and they will throw a little Easter egg in there for them. So, I mean, the big the big, like, major plot twists that you're mentioning, I don't think that will happen. The Joker thing, I totally disagree with. However, it's a pretty good theory nonetheless that if the Joker was brought back to life, he'd be rejuvenated to his younger form, right? But I don't think it will happen. I really, really doubt it. However, that's a pretty decent theory. So thank you for the question, LDE Anarchy. Moving on to the next question, which comes from Mr. Magnificent Media, and he goes, question: Caboose, you've seen the leaked demo footage, right? Arkham Knight, he seems quite young, ghetto, and angry. I say this especially because of the way he banged the glass. Also, for a villain to say, "we know how you think," is a very bold claim. Red Hood also seems to be confirmed in the game one way or the other. I used to be very confident in thinking the Arkham Knight is Hush, but now everything seems to be pointing at Jason Todd. Even the red accents on Arkham Knight's outfit may be hinting Red Hood. The world is stuck in debate on who it might be, but do you really believe it's a completely new character developed from scratch? P.S. Shoutouts from the UK, great channel. Thank you very much, Mr. Magnificent Media. And to answer your question, this is an endless debate. However, I knew that I told you guys that I didn't want to pick out too many questions about the Arkham Knight and who he is. However, with the gameplay leaking, I thought there's tons of more discussion to be made, especially with the Arkham Knight's voice. This is very hard. This is very hard because I am never going to rule out any theory that anybody brings up about the Arkham Knight, because the Arkham Knight could be anybody. However, one thing I will stand by forever is that the Arkham Knight is not a completely new character. I think one way or another, whether it be Azrael, whether it be Red Hood, whether it be Alfred, whoever it may be, it is not a new character. The Arkham Knight himself, the villain, that's a new character, yes. The person under the mask, I will never believe is a new character. But this theory about Red Hood, it's a big maybe. One thing I really did notice about the actual gameplay itself was that the Arkham Knight's a lot more buff than he is seen to be in the pictures. At first I was like, okay, there's no way Red Hood and the Arkham Knight could be, there's no way Red Hood could be the Arkham Knight, because of the fact that Red Hood he looks like a much more bigger built person than the Arkham Knight. However, seeing the actual gameplay, they seem like they have the same body mass almost. And I wouldn't know for sure until I see like Red Hood in game, but from Red Hood's design and the way Arkham Knight looks in game, they almost seem like they have the same body mass. So it's a very interesting debate, but I won't speculate too far into it, because then this is just going to be a 14,000 minute video. So, moving on to the next question coming from Richard Davey, and he says, Q&A, Caboose, in Arkham City, after you fight Two-Face for the first time, you have the chance to speak with Calendar Man in the basement down below. He said, "Don't be scared, Batman. Halloween will be a day to celebrate if you come and see me." And then if you return to the courthouse with Catwoman later, he practically threatens her, promising that they will have future interactions. How do you think Calendar Man will play into Arkham Knight? After Arkham Origins, I would love to see what sort of side missions he has for us. Thanks, Caboose, and congratulations on 50K. Thank you very much, Richard Davey. See, like you have Richard, and then your last name starts with D, so it's hard. Anyways, to answer your question, that makes sense, because I believe that Arkham Knight does take place during Halloween, so it seems like it would make sense that with Calendar Man kind of making that claim that one way or another we're going to see Calendar Man in the game in Batman Arkham Knight. I think it's going to be more or less side missions once again, or just little side things like a little Easter egg in the game where you can find him imprisoned, whatever it may be. But I think Calendar Man will show up in Arkham Knight. I don't think he'll have a very substantial role, but it will be something similar to what he has in Arkham City. Because, let's be honest, Calendar Man in Arkham City was freaking cool. Now, your Catwoman part of the question, that's very interesting. If Catwoman was playable, maybe there could be something going on there. Maybe there could be a cool little mission going on with Catwoman being playable, where you fight against Calendar Man, or you have to find Calendar Man, whatever it may be, kind of like a Riddler type of thing. I don't know. But very interesting question nonetheless. Calendar Man was just super freaking awesome in Arkham City, so I'd love to see him return for sure. Moving on to the next question coming from Yak Attack, and he says, Caboose, something we haven't seen in previous Arkham games is the ability to fight alongside AI characters such as Robin or Nightwing during Predator rooms and combat sections. Do you see this as coming to the campaign or challenge maps? Keep up the great vids. Thank you, Yak Attack, and actually to answer your question, in Batman Arkham Origins, we have seen a moment where you do fight along an AI, and that being Jim Gordon. And it worked well. It wasn't messy. It wasn't hard to do combos. Nothing was wrong. You had an AI fighting enemies and helping you take down enemies, and it was awesome. So, let me give you guys something here. Arkham Knight was supposed to come out next month. Hell, 2 weeks from now if it was to come out in October, its original release date. It was delayed 8 months. Since then, when it was originally announced, they automatically denied a multiplayer at all. Since then, at E3, interviews with people from Angry Joe's YouTube page, if you want to check it out, I believe it's the lead animator, totally just brushes off a question about co-op or online play and says, you'll just have to wait and see. Why did he not completely deny it beforehand? Who knows? Let's all be honest. I mean, let's be honest from my point of view. I think we're going to be seeing some co-op in Batman Arkham Knight. Not online like Arkham Origins, but co-op. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. So, moving on to the next question, or the last question of the day, coming from Marcos Munoz, and he says, question, Caboose, how would you feel if Rocksteady made texture packs for Arkham Knight like a animated series texture pack? That would be so freaking awesome. Oh my god. Rocksteady, anybody, Gazdees, if you're watching this video, do this. Please. This is so freaking cool. I would go absolutely insane if this were to be a thing. And it would be just awesome. It would be so awesome. I don't even have to go too into it. If they made texture packs for Rocksteady, kind of the same way Minecraft does texture packs, I would be absolutely blown away. It would be the best game ever of all time. So, with that said, thank you guys all for the questions this week. I really enjoyed answering them this week for sure. Leave more questions for next week's Q&A once again in the comment section below. With that said, I'm Caboose XBL. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter and like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later.